All right, we get back to the first round of the state playoffs here on the Rob, Ben, and Joe pregame show on WRBJ Radio. And we sit now with head coach Darren Alford of Schley County, who, coach, you guys come into region playoff action undefeated and open in week one. So congrats on the win.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we had a good season. Our kids played real hard this year, and I was excited about our effort. Our coach did an outstanding job with these kids, and I like to tell everybody a lot of times that I get the best ticket in the house. You know what I'm saying, to sit back and watch what's going on a lot of times and make a couple decisions here or there, and they do a great job. And our kids have really responded this year to last year's. Close call. We had a close call last year, and I think our kids have used that as motivation moving into this season. And we will be, starting state playoffs this week. We got a bye. And we'll play the winner, of course, of Lincoln County and Wilkinson.
Yes, sir. And coach, I just really applaud what you guys have been able to do there in Schley County. I mean, obviously, last year ran the gauntlet, got to the title game, close call there, and now you're back undefeated this season. And it looks like, as a quick and cursory look through your region and non-region play this year, you only had 4 games where you scored 30 points or around that 30-point mark. Everything else, the other 6 were much more high scoring affairs. So your offense comes back pretty loaded this year. And the defense, I saw 2 or 3 goose eggs on that schedule. Which side of the ball do you think is playing best for you as you watch this region or round one matchup in the playoffs?
Well, I feel like both sides of the ball are playing equally as well. We have, we've done a good job on the offensive side scoring points. We lead, Division II in scoring. I think it's around 45 points a game. And then defense for the last few weeks, they've really stepped it up. Against the teams that have been really good this year, other than Blakely, and Blakely's got an outstanding offense. We've just about shut those other teams out the whole time. Macon scored 7 on us. Early didn't score on us, and Manchester, they only scored 1, but they didn't actually score 1. It was a kickoff return. We shut them out 2 in it. So, the defense has really stepped it up in the big game. So, I'm excited about that. And, I hope to have that same kind of effort on both sides of the football, as we begin the state playoffs.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, as you talk about the experience of your team last year and the team you have this year, where would you say the leadership lies? Can you break down your team for us as far as class is concerned and who the leaders really are of that Schley County team?
Well, on offense, of course, it's Jay Canizawa. He's our quarterback. He's one of the leaders. He leads by the way he works in the weight room. There's nobody in the school that works harder than him in the weight room. He does a great job in class. He's got great discipline. He's one of these kids that, he's just the leader all the way around. And we're on the football fields during practice. He'll be out there making sure everything's done right and have he'll keep those guys working hard, the whole time. Also, we have on the defense side, Jack Clark's our quarterback. He's the guy that runs the defense for us, and he's the same way. He keeps us in the right calls, make sure all our blitzes and things, are together. And of course, we have some really outstanding athletes. When I start thinking about leaders on our team, I think about Wyatt Halstead, our center and defensive tackle. I think about Trenton Stubbs. He's a defensive tackle for us. The Carson Westbrook, our receiving core, those guys really tend to lead really well.
Very good, Coach. Well, of your team this year, can you give me an idea as to how they break down as far as seniors, juniors, sophomores on the roster and starters?
Um, we have on the offensive side of the football, we're going to start senior wise. It will be Jay Canizawa at quarterback. It'll be Jalewis Solomon at receiver, Carson Westbrook at receiver, Sam Forehand at receiver, We'll have Wyatt Halstead also as a senior as the center, and Brock Belcher gets a lot of playing time as a senior at the left guard position. Defensively, Trenton Stubbs was a senior on defense along with Wyatt, Jack Clark, and outside linebacker Ethan Sellers is a senior. And then we have three seniors in the secondary also, JaLewis Carson, they'll start, and KB Aldridge. KB Aldridge is also a running back for us. He starts in the backfield for us. The juniors that I know that are playing right now, of course, we have Zayden Walker, who is a great player. We start Gus Harris, Hank Arrington. We also start Kendall Sims on the offensive side of the football. He's a junior also. Defensively, Kendall starts as a secondary guy for us. Um, Junior wise on defense, Brody Smith is an inside linebacker. We also let Zayden play a lot on the defense. I mean, Zayden plays more on the defense than he does on offense. Then we have a couple sophomores that we start also. We have a nose guard, Dedrick Thornton, starting as a sophomore, and we have a right tackle, Judah Rayburn, that starts also.
Okay.
Those are basically our breakdown by classification.
Gotcha. Coach, you got a lot of experience on that team, is what it sounds like, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And, that's hugely important, and it shows in what you've been able to do so far this season. And as you get the bye here in week one, and you look ahead to that Lincoln County, Wilkinson County game that we'll play tonight, as you're looking at the Class 1A Division II bottom right-hand side of the bracket there, that's teams number 3 and number 2, respectively, with Lincoln and Wilkinson County. I'm sure you guys are probably going to watch that football game.
Yes,
What
sir.
do you expect to see from that matchup tonight?
Um, Lincoln, is a very disciplined football program. They have so much tradition in single A, going back, 50 years or more. You have kids that are playing on that football team that their parents probably played on that team, and then their grandparents played on it. So there's a lot of tradition there, so they're going to really play hard, I'm certain, and they're well coached. From what I know, the coach that's there, I remember him when I was at West Lawrence, and he was at Vidalia, I believe. And they're going to run some kind of wing tee stuff. From what I understand too, they'll spread it out a little bit. Defensively, they're going to be, hard nosed. They've always played defense there, so they'll be a hard nosed defense. And Wilkinson County, they have some athletic kids. They run spread stuff. Um, I've seen them, a couple times on NFHS playing other people, and they're going to be and either a 4-4 defense or a 3-3 stack, I guess. And offensively, they're going to spread it around. So I expect, um, it to be a hard-fought game. And in the end, I think tradition may come out ahead in the end. So, we'll just have to see. We're going to not really plan on either one of them too much. We want to make sure that we work on ourselves and not worry about that. So, we'll go watch it, see who wins it, and then we'll get started on them on Saturday morning.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, either way, you'll be at home for that second round game, and a lot to look forward to with that. Thank you so much for taking some time to visit with us today and previewing that matchup between Lincoln and Wilkinson County. We certainly do appreciate that. We look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it now.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you for having me on.
Talk to you next week.
All right. We'll talk to you.
Bye bye.